film, Chucky sports his classic striped shirt, overalls, and red shoes. It seems the longer he spends in doll form, the more human-looking he becomes, with bushier eyebrows and a receding hairline. To avoid becoming a doll forever, he realizes he needs to transfer his soul into Andy, the first person he revealed his identity to. Before he gets the chance, he's burned in a fireplace and shot to pieces. In an effort to prove he was never alive, in Child's Play 2, the doll manufacturers rebuild Chucky from his charred remains with larger facial features and brighter overalls. A freak electrical accident brings him back to life, and he continues his search for Andy. Despite upgrading to a knife hand, he's forced into machinery and loses his legs. Still determined, he replaces them with a wheel cart and then gets melted by molten plastic and fed in an air tube, exploding his head. Taking place 8 years later, Chucky's leftovers are picked back up in Child's Play 3, but when pieces drip into a batch of molten plastic, he's reassembled and born again, this time with a chubbier, more squished face. He manages to find Andy, but then chooses a new target for his soul transfer. He's ultimately sliced by a carnival attraction, giving him a new two-faced look, and then gets dropped into a giant fan, shredding him to pieces. But in Bride of Chucky, he's put back together again and reawoken with voodoo magic. He now has a less squished face and a prominent widow's peak. Tiffany, his human girlfriend turned doll fiancée, joins him in obtaining a magic amulet with the power to transfer them both into new human bodies. But after some domestic bickering, Chucky gets shot and left in his grave. In Seed of Chucky, Chucky's remains are cleaned up and used on the set of an in-film Chucky movie alongside his co-star Tiffany. This Chucky has blonder hair and brighter clothes. Their long-lost son/daughter finds them and, using the magic amulet, brings them back to life. Then, following a bit of familial disagreement, Chucky gets lopped to pieces by his offspring. Yet, in Curse of Chucky, he's back in one piece yet again. He has darker overalls, paler skin, straightened red hair, and oddly, no more scars. He spends most of his time in a wide-eyed doll form, secretly causing havoc for wheelchair-bound Nika and her family. When she finds out he's alive, Chucky explains that, as a human, he knew her family and came back to get revenge. While Nika gets blamed for Chucky's recent deeds, Chucky makes his way to his old pal Andy's place to finally finish him off. But Andy has other plans. In Cult of Chucky, Chucky is missing a chunk of his head, is bodiless, and chained to a board. Cult also features another Chucky doll, with large spaced-apart eyes and a thicker neck, a recently buried one-armed variation, a short-haired version, but he doesn't last too long, and a Chucky-possessed Nika, who takes off with Tiffany.